You know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you.
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome inside Arrington Ice Arena for this MIAA quarterfinal matchup between the Bulldogs of Adrian College and the Britons of Albion College. Thanks for being with us here on your Saturday night. Calvin Keys accompanied by Ian Wentz. Ian, happy to be back with you for the second consecutive matchup between the Bulldogs and Britons.
Yeah, Bulldogs-Britons Part 2. If you're an ACTV fan, this night is for you. What a great match we have between a couple teams, of course, familiar with each other. Very close proximity, and they meet in the playoffs. It just means that much more for these ladies. And for Adrian to get this game at home is big for them and with their first-year coach Nate Kronwetter.
Exciting matchup that we have for you here tonight. Bulldogs come into this game with an 8-5-3 record. I believe they are the number 4 seed in the tournament for women's soccer. Albion coming in with the number 5 seed, and the Britons have a 5-1-10 record. When these two teams played in the regular season, it was a scoreless draw, Ian, so very well matched, and there's a little bit of extra animosity and storylines behind this one as the Britons actually eliminated the Bulldogs at this very stadium last season in a shootout in the MIAA tournament, so lots of intensity leading up to this one. Should be an exciting contest.
Right, you said it, Calvin. And Albion comes in 2-0-6 in conference. 6 ties get you the 5 seed in soccer. What a crazy sport sometimes.
Able to get a point is better than getting a loss, that is.
That's right.
And these two teams drew scoreless a couple of weeks ago. Britons looking to play this one back along. They contest for it. Found in the midfield. This one will be laid off and then played forward. Trying to control the pass was Avery Campbell. Instead, that will be shepherded wide by Sydney Anderson. Anderson, an incredibly reliable defender for this Bulldog team. She's their captain wearing the armband tonight, Ian.
Yeah, she's dynamic from that position. She'll be put to a test today against a Britain team that doesn't score a ton of goals, but when they produce chances, you'll have to be solid defensively.
Kelsey Zoli, arguably the top attacking talent for this Bulldog squad, has the ball. She sent it right off of Campbell, and the assistant referee signaling that it will be a throw-in for the Britons. Ian, you were here in the building when Adrian had one of their best performances of the season against the Alma College Scots, a 5-2 win. What did you see from this Bulldog team that can help them going into tonight's game?
Well, I just saw some quick counter moves by the Bulldogs, and number 15, Anna Marie Fosboen, is just a very solid forward. If Adrian can get some of those breakout looks and open up this Albion defense, I like their chances.
Racing after the loose ball here is Leah Homan. Bulldogs look to put together a counterattack, but that's instantly halted. Erica Fisher putting one back in the mix. Bergeron levels a Britain. Ball still loose. Referee will blow the play dead as they say Bergeron may have been tripped up on the play. What'd you see in that encounter?
Well, it was just a collision. If you're an Albion fan, you say it's incidental. If you're a Bulldog fan, you say, of course, that's a free kick for Adrian. We've seen a couple of those early, Calvin, where players bumping into each other. You like a good physical match, but you want to keep it clean, too.
Certainly. And when you commit fouls, it usually comes back to bite you. Campbell racing after it. That ball went off the arm of Anderson, and the referee will make the correct call.
Yeah, it's a nice call. That's like 10 yards away from the referee, right in the middle of the field. Just a tough break on the bounce for the Bulldog defender. And this gives Albion a lot of time to set up a play here. If they can get a ball through and into the box and give themselves a chance to maybe take an early lead here at Adrian College.
Olivia Algren will provide the service here on the set piece. Players lining up at the edge of the 18-yard box. This is played in menacingly, but in the end, the Bulldog goalkeeper, Gabby Revels, will just watch it roll out of play for the goal kick.
And she was solid earlier this week against Alma. You alluded to their high offensive output in the 5-2 victory earlier this week. That's a great time to have probably one of your best games is coming into conference tournament play. You feel confident and you play at home on the weekend.
Absolutely. You mentioned Anna Marie Foss-Moen. She got a brace, a pair of goals in that match against Alma.
And I don't think she got 30 minutes of playing time in that either. Coach Nate Kronwetter got her out relatively early in that first half.
Wanted to keep her fresh for this matchup. This Saturday night matchup under the lights at Docking Stadium. Bulldogs and Britons. Played into the middle. Dake will clear it onwards. This is laid off by Zoli. Open space for Foss-Moen to dribble. Looks up the middle. Here's Homan. Has Zoli in behind. On the left wing. Crowd rising to their feet. But their excitement will be nullified as the flag is up on the far sideline for offside, as you said.
Yeah, that was close, but the right call. Adrian does a good job on the breakout as Foss-Moen sort of got the play going. Normally she's the one finishing the play for Adrian with the very high goal output on the year for Anna Marie. But a good effort there on the break, but we know Albion plays some solid defense as well.
Bulldogs win it right back. Foss-Moen on the near sideline. Moving into the middle. Still Foss-Moen. That pass is impeded. Homan on the second effort, trying to nudge it over for Dake. And now Leah Homan will regain control once again. High work rate in the middle of the field, winning balls back for the Bulldogs. This is found by Natchke, and she'll send it out for a Bulldog throw-in on the far touchline.
Adrian will have to play not only disciplined soccer here tonight, but they might have to be patient. Albion is a solid defensive club. They're used to playing these tight games. We'll see if they can take advantage of some early opportunity.
Josie Huber from distance. Sent it just over the crossbar. What a chance for Huber.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Just a little high. First real Adrian chance of the night.
Love to take another look at that one as Huber had it outside of the 18-yard box. Took a shot from distance, and that was just a foot or two above the crossbar of the Albion goal. This one will roll onwards. Sent out wide that time. Albion continues to possess, and they'll win the throw-in. Erica Fisher to put the ball in play. This one controlled at the back. It'll roll all the way back for Tegan Bergeron. Another player that's been the bedrock of this Adrian team defensively. Unable to reach it in time there was Mugrabi. Sets up another Albion throw-in.
Yeah, Calvin, this is a rather young Adrian College team. A couple of grad students and a couple of seniors, but otherwise very young, solid club.
Ball stabbed wide by Anderson. You talk about the youth on this Adrian team. Anderson's a veteran. Been on this team for a while. The junior from Trenton, Michigan, nearby in the greater Detroit area. Crowd wanted a handball call on Askins there. They're not going to get it, and now Zoli and Homan off to the races. 3-on-2. Can Homan work it wide? Britain defense able to clean it up, as that was a well-timed intervention from Erica Fisher to halt the momentum of the Bulldogs, Ian.
Yeah, Holman had Zoli on the left side. If she could have just made that pass, Zoli would have had a nice angle on the goal, but solid defense by the Britons.
Ball contested for in the middle of the pitch. Britons will look to work it up for Abby Rose. Rose has it here. Drops it off. Great standing tackle by Zoli. She's knocked over. That'll draw the foul. Looking at the action across the MIAA in the first round of the tournament, Trine took down Kalamazoo in a hard-fought game, and that was a big upset. The number 6 seed, lowest seed in the tournament, the Trine Thunder, knock off the Kalamazoo Hornets 1-0. Extremely close. They're going to move on to the second round.
Yeah, that's a Kalamazoo team that Adrian lost to earlier in the season.
Oh, here we go. Holman turning, firing. Goal! Leah Holman gets the scoring started. Set piece sent in from distance. Loose change, and Holman will hammer it into the net to make it 1-0 Adrian College.
It's a great job on that ball into the box. Holman finds it right in the middle and just rolls it past the outstretched Britain glove of the goalie. That's a hot start early for this Adrian club.
Nothing Romy Natchke could do about it as Holman finds the corner and an early lead just 8 minutes in for Adrian. Picture perfect start for the Bulldogs, Ian.
Yeah, nice job. Albion had some pressure very early in this game. Adrian able to play some solid defense and eventually turns into offense.
And Albion probably like to have that one back. They just didn't have anyone on Holman. Let the ball run free. And another breakdown leading to the chance for Zoli. She tries to cut it back and is thrown down on the edge of the area. Bulldogs swarming here. They'll get another chance in scoring territory.
That's a dangerous spot to commit a foul, and that was a football tackle by the Britons defender. This is going to be a very close-in opportunity for Adrian College. This could be a set piece to try to get a header on goal, or you could just see a shot right on goal here.
Certainly. Britain defender playing the wrong kind of football. That would have been welcomed a few hours ago.
It would have.
And standing over this one is Josie Huber. Here we go. Huber strikes it. Nice save made by Romy Natchke and holds on.
Yeah, just moving to her right ever so slightly. That's a good shot. Had good pace. I think she was going for that top corner. Just couldn't quite get it up there. And a good save by the Albion keeper. And, you know, if she'd have let that one go by, that's a pretty big deficit here for Albion.
Josie Huber was looking for her first goal of the season. This is knocked on ahead for Campbell. Cutting into the middle, trying to shake away from Anderson. Campbell will continue to drive wide before being knocked over by Anderson. Physical play, the theme here early on, Ian.
Yeah, it has been very tight on defense. Anderson, just a little bit too much of a bump, and that's another foul in a dangerous area. This will give Albion a pretty good opportunity to try to tie this game up.
And it looks as if Olivia Algren, the freshman from Garden City, Michigan, will play this one into the 18-yard box. Algren, the service. It's loose. Did that go off an arm? Referee says it did. We're going to have a penalty kick, Ian. Points to the spot emphatically as that one hopped up and hit the arm of Bergeron.
That's just a tough break and a through ball that never really got through, bounced short of everybody, and hit the Bulldog defender. It's a big spot early for the Adrian goalkeeper.
Certainly, and Gabby Revels is going to be tested. Looks like it's going to be Mia Crawford to take this penalty kick to try and tie up the score. Sparks flying here early, looking for the response are the Britons, and they find it. There it is. Mia Crawford ties it up at 1-1 after not scoring for the entirety of last week's matchup. It was a scoreless draw. It's 1-1 already, just 10 minutes in.
Just a confident kick to the right corner, and Rebels just picked the wrong side, and that's all you can do with the penalty kick is just pick a side and hope you got it right. She went low right, and the Britain kicker went high right. This game is tied.
That it is. Nice penalty from Crawford. Foss Moen looking to retake the lead for Adrian. It bounces away. Freeze. Contesting with Rose for it.
I thought that hit her hand. The Britain defender close.
Certainly close. This has moved on along. Takes a bounce off of Mograbi. And then it's out to the sideline. Thrown back in. Rose heading it backwards. Controlling is Locke. Drop pass for Askins. Into the middle. Freeze will flush this ball back up the field. Heads out of play. Albion throw-in coming up. You know, looking back at the tournament picture for the MIAA, number 1 seeded Calvin and number 2 seeded Hope both have a bye, and I believe the way that things pan out is the lower seeded team plays the higher seeded team. So regardless, I think Trine will be taking on Calvin, and then the winner of this game will travel to Holland to take on the Flying Dutchman of Hope. Tough matchup either way.
Yeah, it is. You mentioned the Trine upset of Kalamazoo. Right before the Adrian goal, I was trying to say that Adrian suffered a close loss to Kalamazoo earlier in the season. So maybe a team they're glad they wouldn't get matched up with next round should they win today.
MIAA, as it is across all sports, is a anyone can beat anyone league. Extremely competitive from top to bottom. Although Calvin and Hope are pretty dominant at the top of the standings usually. In men's and women's soccer. Holman, a nice move to get by one. Showing her speed, crosses it into the mixer. Dake will recover. Sends one back in over the top. Holman hustling, but angled off of it by Fisher. Great defending from Erica Fisher as she earns the goal kick for her squad.
That's a solid job. And just a ball by Dake, just trying to set her player up in position to maybe create another scoring chance. In the game of soccer, you know, a lot of it is creating a second chance off of the initial opportunity, and that's what Adrian tried to do.
Follow-up unsuccessful. Campbell loses it to Freeze, but Albion will keep the possession as it will be their throw-in.
Just a picture-perfect night for soccer. Lights on at Docking Stadium, playoff atmosphere, good crowd.
Yeah, great crowd in attendance. Plenty going on this Saturday on the campus of Adrian College when it comes to athletics. Yeah. Askins will lay it off. Swung wide to Natchke, who turned it right over. Foss Moen's going to head back in. Cleared out momentarily by the Britons. Campbell. I think this is a matchup to watch on the near sideline. Campbell versus Anderson. They've been going toe-to-toe on numerous occasions so far tonight.
That they have, as they do say it's an Albion throw. We've seen quite a bit of back and forth in this one.
Say the Bulldogs have the slight edge in chances, but the penalty kick coming from the handball in the box from Bergeron will tie this game up at 1 apiece. Calvin Keys, Ian Went here with you, along with the rest of our crew. Megan Abbey, Rihanna Torp. This one thrown back in, chested down by Rose, and heads out of play for an Adrian throw-in. Should be noted our very own Gino Capacchione on the sideline doing some photography and videography work.
Wanted a handball right there.
Fans, as you said, looking for a handball, the foremost of which was Nathan Kronwetter. Now the Britons will have to hustle back. This is knocked onwards by Algren. Skied up in the air. Controlled here by Locke. Then poked away by Huber. Freeze hustling. Gets ahead on the ball. Back out for Foss Moen. Crossed into the middle. Holman will touch it backwards. Has a Briton hot on her heels. looks backwards for Freeze, who will move it ahead. And a foot race. Mograbi applying pressure here on Natchke, who's able to get there just in the nick of time.
Yeah, looking in the middle at number 11, Leah Homan. She's doing everything you want a midfielder, defenseman, whatever you want to call her, to do. Very active in the middle, quick feet, setting up some opportunities here in this first half.
It'll be another goal kick coming up for Natchke, the fifth-year student from nearby Jackson, Michigan. Hometown of our executive director, Megan Abbey.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's too bad. Oh, all these years. Oh, man, okay. Well, we'll work on that. By that, I mean our relationship. Okay. She says we're good.
And Dake sends it wide. Some Adrian Jackson rivalry going on in the press box that rivals this Adrian Albion rivalry, Ian.
Well, I live in Adrian now, and, you get that little rivalry with Jackson.
Foss Moen controlling. Low pass. Dake tried to flick it on. Zoli was hustling. Campbell controlled. This time they will get the handball as Foss Moen won the ball away.
Now, Calvin, if the referee doesn't see it, your bench certainly does.
That's
referee
true.
did see that handball.
I wonder if she was calling what she saw or what she heard.
Well, I've seen officials plenty of times go against the bench. That was a pretty obvious touch of the hand.
Bergeron, a blast onwards. Homan couldn't handle it. Freeze will fly this one back up to Zoli. Campbell tries to caress the ball by Anderson. Headed back up. Turning into the middle, but having it pickpocketed from her is Locke. Leveled is Homan, but Huber keeps possession. Thought they were playing advantage, but the whistle doesn't go after the turnover. And here come the Britons. Campbell on the right wing. She's been causing some problems for the Bulldogs defensively. That time she will not. Instead, sends a kick out of play.
Yeah, that's the wrong net.
Referencing the kicking backstop behind the soccer goal.
Nice job by the Adrian defense getting back in coverage, just forcing that wide kick. There was nothing really for the Albion player to do.
Anderson. Haphazard movement there. She tried to work it by somehow the Britons, and Revels came off her line, collided with her own teammate, Freeze, on the clearance, but they got the job done. Thrown back into the box. Freeze to knock it away. Askins, the long shot from distance, and that was well wide. Looked like it might have had a chance for a moment there, Ian.
Yeah, plenty of pace on that one. If it were on target, it had a shot to get back there. Seeing just a good back and forth matchup. This is really looking like the 4-5 matchup in the conference tournament, at least early.
Revels rockets this one up. Huber couldn't get a touch. 50-50, headed away by Pylon. And then blocked out by Fisher.
Substitution.
Throw in here on the far sideline, as you said, Pylon will come out and Alana Earl will come in. Thrown back in. Dake looking to turn it forwards. This one forced back up the pitch in a foot race. Abby Rose trying to get there before Freeze. Flag is up on the far sideline, so it looks like it was out of play. Sets up a Bulldog throw. 20 minutes in, it's anyone's game here.
It is. We saw some fireworks in the first few minutes of this one. Defenses have taken over.
Now it's settled down, hasn't it? Maybe a little bit of nerves in the early going with a lot on the line here in the MIAA quarterfinal.
Right, you both want to get off to a fast start, and I think both teams did.
Zoli able to nudge it onwards, only as far as Algren, who will assess the situation and move it the other direction, and foul called.
Yeah, that's a good call. Josie Huber got a little bump. She didn't have a chance to get the head on it. A little extra shove.
So Huber was the one delivering the shove to the Britons.
Yes.
And it'll be another set piece for Algren from about the 34-yard line on the football field. This one, loose, freeze. Looking to break this one out of her own end. It's sent out by Homan. Albion keeps possession. One of the funny things about playing soccer on a turf surface like this is the ball will bounce quite a bit. Makes it hard to clear the ball out of your own box.
Yeah, it will. And you really never know what kind of bounce or skid or roll you're going to get.
Speeds up the pace of the game, that's for certain. Abby Rose shadowed by Anderson. And it's sent out. Anderson to throw it in. Head coach for the Bulldogs is Nathan Kronwetter. Head coach for the Britons is Ron Rainey. This one will just bounce in from distance, and Revels smartly will watch it go out of play. Pair of first-year head coaches for both sides, Ian.
Yeah, and for Kronwetter, his first year at Adrian, I've actually talked to him preseason a little bit, and he came on the scene at Adrian about 6 or 8 weeks before the season. So relatively late in terms of when you're going to hire on your head coach. He had to learn names and faces quick, and he learned what this team was about very quickly.
Certainly. This is taken on by Avery Campbell. Staying with the play here is Locke. Campbell, a howitzer. That's blocked and then cleared out by Bergeron.
That was an
and
awesome
Zoli
block.
Looking to zoom after it here. She's got speed. And Natchke forced to just boot this one away out of play.
That's what pressure does. The Adrian attacker, Zoli, couldn't get to the ball but forced an errant kick by the Albion defender.
Anderson, settled by Earl, who came into the game recently. We've got 22 and a half to go here in the first half as Bulldogs will keep possession. Calvin Keys, Ian Wendt, the rest of our ACTV crew with you from Docking Stadium on the campus of Adrian College. Zoli will settle this one. Turns. Great move to open up space. Tries one with her left. Sent it right into the head of Ryan Locke.
Heads up play of the Albion defender.
You could say that.
I can make puns too, you know.
Beating me at my own game here, Ian. Doing my job for me.
I've been playing the game long before you went to school here, Calvin.
Dating yourself a little bit here on the air.
Yeah.
Anderson's going to grab it. Back to women's soccer. Thrown in for Huber. She's bumped from the rear, and that will mean a free kick. We talked about head coach Nathan Kronwetter. He took over for Ali Alamdari, who was the coach here for 10-plus seasons, stepped aside to spend more time with his family, won a couple of MIAA championships with the Bulldogs, but the transition so far has been smooth.
That it has.
This sent in from distance, dangerous. Bergeron had it cleared away with the header by Albion. Campbell is closed off by Dake. Albion's done a good job of getting the ball out of danger. Kind of learned the hard way after they struggled to do that, and it led to the opening goal from Leah Homan.
Tegan Bergeron, 16 for Adrian, has just a cannon strapped to her leg.
Yeah.
She can score from some unusual areas. We saw it on that recent free kick.
Certainly. The goal from Homan, her 6th of the season, for the junior from Georgetown, Ontario. The Canadian. This is cleared out by Earl. Looking on the other side of things, Mia Crawford scored the penalty kick. And I believe that was her first goal of the season from the penalty spot. So good for Crawford to get her tally going. This is thrown in down the line and again sent out by Earl to the applause of this crowd. Men's rugby team always shows out in numbers to support this women's soccer team and makes it a lot of fun being here at Docking Stadium. Creates a nice atmosphere and a tough place for away teams to come and play in.
You love to see athletes supporting other athletes across sports.
Certainly. That's what it's all about. Avery Campbell trying to shake loose from Sydney Anderson. And it's ruled a Britain throw.
Yes, you've talked about Campbell quite a bit. She's a good one for Albion.
Certainly. And you can tell they're really trying to attack up this right side. Somehow Ryan Locke's able to keep it in. Scramble here. And this will be sent out by Bergeron for another Albion throw. I think, yeah, it's by design. They're looking to use Campbell down this right side quite a bit.
Just slowly working the ball down.
Anderson up in the air. This is controlled by Kasnich and then played it out. So the Albion attack will halt as ball back with the Bulldogs. They'll play it out from a goal kick.
That was a tough couple minutes of defense played by Adrian. Albion was pressing hard, had a couple looks, but some solid defense, as you've been saying all night. Sydney Anderson doing her thing.
Adrian weathering the storm so far. Sent out by Campbell. Throw in for Adrian. As the crowd reminds us emphatically. Anderson up ahead. Dake stumbling, able to salvage here. Great effort by Caitlin Dake, and able to draw the throw. Dake also wearing an armband as one of the Bulldog captains.
Grad student via Saginaw Valley State.
Transferred from their Division II program, I believe. And a great piece for this Bulldog offense. Native of Flushing, Michigan. And Dake has 2 goals and an assist so far in the campaign. Very speedy and feisty player along the left side. Abby Rose unable to keep the ball planted on the field.
Albion's fallen in love with that right side, Calvin. You said it a couple times.
Foss Moen has open space on the right. Now the Bulldogs will go to battle on the right side. This is sent on. Pass ahead coming from Pylon and then cleared out. Albion can keep it in. Pylon can apply pressure. And here's Zoli in the face of a Briton closing down space. It'll end up in a goal kick.
Well, he pinned the Britons in the corner. Adrian hoping to get either a corner or a throw out of it, but Albion does what they do. They play good defense and get the goal kick.
Natchke to kick it away again. Looks to go across the goal to Algren. Algren pestered by Zoli. Looking back for Natchke. Stabbed back on by Huber. Zoli collides with Algren, who was able to get body position. This is cleared up through the middle, then flicked on with the back heel. Finds its way to Abby Rose. Rose, a thorn in the side of this Bulldog defense right now, showing off her speed. Campbell, camped out on this right wing. Back into Rose. Bergeron will get there. It takes a touch off of Rose, and Bergeron able to get the ball back for the Bulldogs.
She's played some solid defense out there, Calvin, and a good set for Albion. Couldn't complete the look.
They could not. Askins. Earl will earn the ball back and then goes to Zoli, zooming through the midfield. Looks to send it back into her own team's defending zone. Anderson trying to find an answer for this relentless press from Albion. Knocked off the ball is Campbell. Dake will look over for Foss Moen. It's far in front of her, and Fisher will find it. Sent up the far side. Cutting into the middle here are the Britons. Locke could not unlock the defensive coverage of Huber, as Earl will move it to the far side. And Fisher, unable to keep that ball in play, will have a pair of changes for the Britons. It is Olivia Buckwhites and Grace Halstead coming in, replacing Abby Rose and Ryan Locke.
If you look in strategy for the Bulldogs, just from my opinion over here in the booth, they're playing their best offense when they're applying pressure on Albion, getting bodies on bodies, forcing the Britons to make passes that they're not comfortable doing.
Doing a good job of that so far in this contest, and we've got 14 minutes and 20 seconds left before the halftime break. Been a good one so far. 2 early goals. Leah Holman for the Bulldogs and Crawford for the Britons. Foss Moen looking for the middle. Nobody home there in the 18-yard box for Adrian College.
That was a great pass to get it to Foss Moen in that spot.
Turned over. Anderson will deliver this ball back deep into Albion territory.
On that recent cross by Foss Moen, normally she's the one in the middle receiving a pass like that, and she made it there, and no one filled in her spot in the middle.
Natchke with it. Knocked back along. And then returning the favor, it's played back in by Huber. Game of kickball going on right now as Britons not able to settle down the goal kick and get it up the field.
Again, just looks like the 4-5 matchup in the conference.
Kind of what you expect is just a dogfight, especially after these two teams had a scoreless draw earlier on in the regular season.
Calvin, Bulldogs love dogfights.
That's true.
One thing I know.
And the Bulldogs have been like a dog after a bone here early on with their intensity and pressure being applied to the Albion defense. Huber knocked over by Campbell. She gets the call.
Good old-fashioned takedown.
Huber, a senior from Milford, Michigan.
And here's the spot, Calvin, as Bergeron lines up for this kick. She can just about put it on goal from here if she hits it right.
The power from Bergeron. She will put it on net. Looking for a touch there was Huber. But the ball just glides away from her and heads out for a goal kick.
And that's about 45 yards in the air by Bergeron. Just no Bulldog in that area to get a second touch.
Melanie Perney will replace Anna-Marie Foss-Moen as she gets a high five from her coach, Nathan Kronwetter. Played up the line, but out from Campbell. And Bulldogs will be headed back to the left side of the field. Are they going to say that it's an Albion throw now?
I thought it was a Bulldog throw in.
The signal looked like it was for Adrian.
It looked like a Briton kicked it out.
Might have taken a touch on the way out.
Must have.
Nonetheless, this one will surely be an Albion throw.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Had a clear viewpoint on that throw in. Campbell into the middle. This is knocked onwards. Could not be reached by Buckwitz. Up the wing. Campbell. That's blocked aside by Earl. Easing it out of play for a Briton corner kick.
I believe this is our first corner of the game.
I was just about to say that. Took the words right out of my mouth. Britons will go for the corner here.
Am I like Meatloaf? Took the words right out of your mouth? Did that reference date me at all?
I don't even know what you're referencing.
Okay.
I don't even know what you're referencing.
Look it up.
Chance in the middle. That's blocked on the goal line by Huber. Shot came in from Mia Crawford, and the Bulldogs will keep it out. Great save made there by the defender, Huber, as that shot was headed for the corner.
First corner kick and some action for Albion in the box. The one Albion goal was on that penalty kick by a handball in the box. So every time a ball goes in there, I get a little nervous. You wonder if that's in the head of some of these Bulldogs.
They generated some momentum off of another dead ball play from the corner spot. Less than 10 minutes to go in this first half. It's been a good one so far. Calvin Keys alongside my much older partner, Ian Wendt.
Wow. You're going to regret you said that, young man. Write that down. I got called old. On the internet.
You were calling yourself old, so I thought it was fair game.
I said I was dating myself. I didn't say I was old.
Megan agrees with me here. Kelsey Zoli, meanwhile, trying to find the finish. What a save. Natchke will snatch it after Zoli cut onto her right foot. Tried one for the top left corner, and that was saved.
Just a good shot. Better save. Zoli, several different ways to attack a goalie.
This is played through, and maybe a break developing for Albion, but no, they'll cut it back. Now sent into the middle. Campbell, and great work by Anderson to clear it away. Finds Zoli again.
Anderson, the standout defender by far.
Certainly. Moved in from her normal spot at the left back position into the middle to stop it. Algren looking backwards. Cleared out by Natchke. Got another Adrian throw-in coming up. It'll be Sydney Anderson to put the ball back in play. This one loose in the 18-yard box. Britton's trying to clean it up. And the assistant referee signaled for a goal kick. The center referee signaled for a corner. That will be the final verdict.
And that ball into the box area had a weird spin to it. Instead of careening toward the Adrian attacker, it shot toward the Britton goal and went out of bounds. And the first corner for the Bulldogs here.
Corner sent in. And boy, just a miscue. Wasn't even put in play. Sent it straight out there from the corner spot. Did Caitlin Dake. On to the next for her. Have to forget about that one. Bree Akins will replace Kelsey Zoli now. Zoli with 2 goals, 4 assists this season. Team leader in goals for the Bulldogs isn't actually out on the pitch right now, but Anna-Marie Foss-Moen, 13 goals in 16 games this season. I think she's headed for a spot on the MIAA first team.
That might be a safe bet. It's a handball called on Albion. The rugby team tells them that you indeed cannot do that.
Yeah, a reminder of the soccer rules given by the crowd. Unable to use your arms. Every other part of your body is free game except for your arms. Don't think you can do that. Bergeron moves it on. Huber, little step over action. Comes back to her, plays it along. Akins looking for it. She's leveled. Play continues. Homan will go after it before it's sent out.
Calvin, they've let most of the physical play go tonight. So I think that's a good no call.
I like it. Playoff soccer. Let's go. Sent out wide. Played back. Crossed into the middle by Homan. Dake towards goal. Not a lot of mustard behind it.
Yeah, if the Bulldogs can get a second touch off of a scoring chance, that's where they're going to make their money. Albion good on the defensive side, not allowing those second chances.
Yep. Chance there. And Huber tripped over Britton. Huber, another step over, and then she's fouled by Kashnich.
It's the basic trip.
excuse me, that was Kaznick with a foul from behind. Bulldogs draw another free kick, and don't want to give Bergeron too many kicks to the can here, even from this sort of distance.
Yeah, she's starting to hone it in.
Here's another good one from Bergeron, sent into the middle. Britton's up for it, clear it via the header.
I mean, if you can create offense from that spot, you're doing things right. That's just inside the midfield line.
If you can do it from there, you can do it from anywhere, right?
Uh-huh.
Even contest here. Score is 1-1. Leah Homan for the Bulldogs. Mia Crawford for the Britons on the penalty kick. Sent into the middle. Dropped off by Homan. This is played on along, and then Algren will play this one to the far sideline, which sets up another Bulldog throw. Into the feet of Akins. This is found and then sent back up by Halstead. Beeman looking to turn to the middle, or rather that's Buckwitz. Bergeron up for the header. Lost out in the 1v1 to Avery Campbell, who's getting on her horse here. Campbell heading across the field without a whole lot of support around her. Looking to thread a pass through. No lane there. And then it will be taken momentarily by Earl. Tangled up with Campbell. Foul called against Alana Earl, as it looked like she was doing anything she could to stop the progress of Campbell.
Yeah, Bulldogs essentially triple team Campbell on that right side once she brought the ball across. And looking at Albion, that's really been the threat, is Campbell up the right side, so I don't blame Adrian for that strategy at all.
Played back ahead by Algren. Into the box. It's bouncing around all over the place. Finding it is Quinn Natchke. I believe the sister of Romy Natchke, the goalkeeper for the Britons. And this one played out by Fisher to avert the crisis with 2:45 left on the first half clock.
Will we see a late flurry in the half like we saw early in the half?
See if we can bookend the half with goals. Homan back up ahead. Akins looking for it. This is out, and an Adrian throw-in upcoming. Which way are they going, Adrian or Ian?
They're going down to our left, Calvin.
Okay.
I was just further indicating which direction the play was going from the booth.
There you go. Homan's going to come off the field right now for a substitution. And the referee's coming over to the near side. Maybe Homan isn't being substituted. She might be getting some repairs here.
Yeah, they're taking a look.
Clock's going to stop here with 2:07 to go.
They're going to put some time back on in here, Calvin. I don't know what exactly they're looking at with Homan. She is down toward the entrance to the MIAA, just off the field of play.
They're going to put 2:20 back on the clock now. So a little bit of time left.
Looks like some sort of equipment.
Yep, and Sarah Hohenscheid was going to come on. Homan wanted to go back out. She's the goal scorer for Adrian. What are they going to do here? Play is stopped. Motioning they want Homan to go back on. We're going to have an Adrian throw in whenever this gets sorted out. And Homan will resume play. Heading back onto the field as the throw-in is sent all the way down the end line and out for an Albion goal kick.
Throwing just a little too aggressive, a little too much pace on it. They wanted to force the issue in the corner, and the ball just went too far.
Romy Natchke. Back up ahead. This one is dropped off by Earl. Counterattack coming for Akins. On the right wing, great slide tackle from the Britons. That's textbook, and Quinn Natchke will send it out for a corner.
Yeah, that's
Made
the
contact with the ball there.
Right, that's the right no call. Give credit to these MIAA referees. But the Bulldogs rewarded a corner kick with 85 seconds left.
Adrian from a corner kick. Sent into the box. Headed away. Still it's loose. They contest for it. Oh, my goodness. Romy Natchke hitting the deck to make the save here. I think that shot might have come from Huber. Final minute of the first half.
There were so many bodies in the mix there, Calvin. The first attempt overshot the coverage, so to speak. Give credit to Adrian to get another shot away.
This is cleared out by Albion. Bulldogs find it and play it back up. Holman goes off her shoulder. Huber to head it. Dake to direct this one onwards. Huber again, trying to hold it in the attacking half for Adrian. Pylon is tied up with Moretti. And the Britons play it out with 20 seconds. And that should just about do it for this first half, barring something miraculous.
Yeah, barring something very quick.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Perney sends it out.
5,
And looks as if we'll head into the halftime break even at 1-1. These teams weren't able to score last time they faced off. They score once apiece in the first 10 minutes. And from there, both teams dig in defensively heading into the half.
Yeah, sorry, Calvin. Bulldogs, aside from a handball in the box, played a very good first half, scoring that goal to take the lead, but an unfortunate bounce later in the half. Give credit to the Britons for getting that penalty kick on, and we got a good one.
Britons find the response after going 1-0 down. They cash in from the penalty spot, and it's 1-1 as things stand. Calvin Keys with Ian Wentz back after this 15-minute break for the second half.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside Docking Stadium, everyone. Calvin Keys alongside my partner, Ian Wentz. Ian, what did we see in that first half? What excited you, and what do you think will carry over into the second frame of play?
Well, a three-part question, Calvin. I saw some very good soccer in the first half. I saw teams that went after it early, some aggressive play by the Bulldogs, some counter moves by the Britons. Looking at the grand scope of things, the first 45 minutes, I'd say, yeah, these two teams played to a draw. I mean, fairly even throughout the match. There were the ebbs and flows of the first half. Second half, I really don't know what to expect. Albion's used to playing these games, very close matches. They've tied 6 games in conference. And if you're Adrian, you've won 4 games in the league to earn yourself this 4th spot. All that to say this, Adrian knows how to win, and Albion knows how to tie. You kind of like that advantage going into the second half.
I like the advantage this raucous crowd of rugby players is giving this Adrian's women's soccer team.
They are rocking the bleachers right behind the bench.
You can probably hear it on the broadcast. And letting the Albion team hear it now that they're heading back on the field. 45 minutes back up on the clock. Halfway through. Halfway there. But maybe, who knows, might need a little bit more than 45 minutes the way this one's going.
Exactly. This game cannot end in a draw. Winner will face Hope. Second round of the MIAA tournament.
Here we go. Kelsey Zoli and Josie Huber at midfield. She'll roll it to Huber. We're off to the races. Thanks for joining us here on Adrian College TV. We've got a foul already. That was Avery Kasnick.
Look, Calvin, if there's a free kick anywhere inside the midfield stripe, I give Bergeron a shot to put this on goal.
That one a little bit shorter. Zoli couldn't get the flick. Instead, Algren will move it away. Kasnick back out again.
What happened was that she heard me and slightly missed kick it. The old broadcaster jinx. It's happened a couple times.
It's a given.
Yeah.
Thrown in by the Britons. This is flicked onwards by Rose. Back on by Locke. Headed the other direction. Anderson got a touch on it. That'll set up Rose, who plays one through for the speeding Crawford. Still on that right side of the field. Puts a cross in over the head of Rebels and in. The Britons strike here. A minute and 15 seconds in to the second half. And credit Ryan Locke, who got on the end of that one for the score.
And the speed down the right side to set up that crosser was the key, and a nice through ball from the middle to get it to that corner spot, and Albion connects early to take the lead.
Can we get another look at that goal? That was a great cross by Crawford. Take one more glance at this. Crawford hustling at full speed, got it over the head of the goalkeeper Rebels. You can't really see there from the angle, but on the back door, I don't think that actually was Locke who got on the end of it. It might have been number 20, Zoe Moretti, who got the goal. Nonetheless, it is 2-1. Again, hard-hitting start to the half, Ian.
Yeah, just a lightning quick start, a little back and forth. Britain strike first.
Foss-Moen will work it into the middle. She's got Mograbi over for Pylon, directing traffic. Still able to stay with it. It's Dake trying to pull it away from Rose. Instead, she'll look backward, where it's now Elise Freeze. Sent backward by Homan. Freeze forced to track it down. Bergeron booting it for Foss-Moen. Got some separation, a little bit of a nudge there, and comes away with the ball.
Yeah, Colette Askins took the brunt of the Foss-Moen nudge
the
on
Foss-Moen
the
forearm,
far
if
side.
you will.
Yeah.
There you go. Bulldogs looking to prevent a Britain's attack that has been kind of all over them here in these first 3 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, Albion's really come out firing offensively. They probably played more defense in the first half than they like to, and we're seeing that translate early.
Sent backwards by Campbell. Yeah, they'll look back ahead. Racing after it here. And staying with possession is Kasnick. Rose and Campbell have kind of been the dynamic duo for the Albion offense, as that one is cleared out by Foss Moen.
She's playing more midfield defense here lately. Normally plays up top on the forward line.
Dake has it snatched away. They get it right back. And now racing after it here is Mograbi. Couldn't keep it in. Throw in here for Fisher. This one's going to be cleared up nearly into the crowd. Sent away by Victoria Pylon. Rinse and repeat. Erica Fisher the throw. Again, she'll look down the line. This one is played up in the air by Huber. Sent out to the touchline by Fisher. 40-35 to go in the second. Pylon waiting, now throwing. Fisher flung up in the air. Freeze to head it back along. Huber with it now. Anderson for Dake. All the way to the back line. Quinn Natchke. Low pass is into the feet of Abby Rose. Lost her footing, and Pylon will send it back out of play for another Britain throw-in.
Yeah, all the Bulldogs are able to do is send the ball out of play, not really go from defense to offense near that midfield line. Give credit to Albion, a great first 5 minutes and change.
Britons are in control at the moment, as you said. Rose has one rocketed off her shin, and maybe a break here for Zoli, but she can't win the ball. Zoli battling for it. Clipped there is Erica Fisher, and that's a foul against Dake. Kick on the ground coming up from Olivia Algren. Waiting for Algren to take this kick as the score is 2-1 in favor of Albion. Sent towards the 18-yard box. Tripped up is Homan. And that will mean a free kick and maybe a chance for Adrian to work the ball out of their own half of the field and develop some momentum offensively. Again, glad you've joined us here on Adrian College Television. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Adrian College TV. Calvin Keys with Ian Wentz. Albion versus Adrian for the second time today. They faced off in football this afternoon, and Britain's got the win. What was the final score in that one? Was it 34 to 21 was the final?
Yep.
There we go.
You had it in there somewhere.
Found it eventually. Just had to make some pit stops along the way.
It's been a long day.
That it has. Been a long weekend with lots of sports here in Lenawee County, specifically on the campus of Adrian College. It's going to be a fun week back at our radio station, 96.5 The Cave, talking about all the sports action going on this weekend.
Yeah, plenty to talk about.
Tune in on air at 96.5 FM from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. weekday mornings.
You can hear Calvin tomorrow.
if you want to. Not tomorrow, Monday.
Or Monday.
They'll have to wait till
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah.
Gabby Revels will scoop this one up on the cross in from the Britons. Is there any sort of programming tomorrow morning on the Cave?
Yeah, 11 to 1.
There you go.
Weekend edition.
Weekend edition. Where are they headed this weekend?
I'm not doing it, so I don't know.
Not your problem.
I'm actually taking the day off.
There you go. Well-deserved rest after
Yeah.
a long day here at Docking Stadium.
Yeah.
Riley McGraby will have the throw-in.
Yeah, Bulldogs need to put some pressure on here. They've played the majority of the second half in their own defensive side.
Pylon for
That's a
Zoli
handball.
off the arm of a Briton. And there you go.
Yep.
Free kick, menacing position. What do you like to see here?
Well, you like to get something into, they say a dangerous area. Give your team a shot at something. Put this free kick on if you're Caitlin Dake. You don't need to get the perfect shot, but give your team an opportunity as they're going to crowd up inside. And if you can, if you're the Bulldogs, force a second opportunity. Control the rebound and try to get one on goal.
Caitlin Dake to send it in. Lobbed up into the box. It's loose and just touched wide by the Britons. It's going to be a corner kick.
And they can retry that here. A good ball by Dake. Bulldogs had a chance at it. There's just a lot of congestion up in that middle there.
Dake again. Into the middle. And Romy Natchke to knock it away. Anderson, the follow-up, rang the iron. That's off the post. Bulldogs sliding in. What a goal that would have been for Anderson. There's still life on the attack here. Dake stabbed away. Trying to clear it out. Erica Fisher, they will. Adrian regaining some momentum, though.
That was a laser shot just a moment ago from deep. And all Albion could do was kick a ball out of play.
Sent back down. Tegan Bergeron. Back up. Huber
That's a foul.
is
No?
shoved over.
Okay.
I thought so too, but not this time. Bergeron will clear it away. Voss Moen.
Trying to preemptively call a foul. Looked like one.
Looked like a sure bet as a Briton had both arms on the back of Huber, pushed her over as she went up for the header. Referee letting him play. Sent into the back post. Follow-up chance. Fandon. Can Adrian get it out? They bang away at it in the 18-yard box. The follow-up is blocked. And Dake will get it clear.
And Albion just getting a second and third chance. Bulldogs up to the task.
Fisher able to get by one, but dribbled it out of play. Adrian throwing.
That was very close to staying in. Called by the referee, gives Adrian the throw.
Tori Pylon. Zoli. She's tangled up. Initially sent away by Quinn Natchke. Referee will signal for Albion possession.
That bang play. Right in front of the crowd. Didn't like the call.
Dake will send it out right off the throw. Bang play because of the quickness and also the physicality.
Right.
Double meaning there. True wordsmith up here in the press box, Ian Wint.
I do my best. Well, I've been around a long time, Calvin.
Yeah, we
A lot of
established that in
practice.
the first half.
Yeah, we did.
This is sent out by Albion. Bulldog throw in. Pylon, who has been anything but very agile out there, very quick, doing a good job of defending. Zoli sent it out, frustrated, as the Britons will get the ball back.
Now, Zoli and Dake trying to do a little 1-2 combo down in front of us.
Huber plays it out. You credit the Briton defense because they've kept Zoli quiet tonight.
Yeah, they have. And aside from the shot off the post earlier, it's really been an all Albion second half.
That it has been. Pylon another throw. There's a shove delivered to Mo Grabby. Adrian free kick. Maybe we'll get a chance to get away from this near sideline where we've just been throwing the ball back and forth for seemingly an eternity. Interesting, you see Bergeron spinning the ball every time before she goes up for the free kick, trying to get it settled on the turf surface. Headed away by the Britons. This is found by Rose. Karate kicks this one onwards, but not past Bergeron.
And Adrian just can't get their offense flowing in the second half. They've had a couple of set plays where they've had opportunities, but in the flow of the game, Albion has scouted this team well.
Bergeron trying to kick it away. Played back in by Locke. Fossmoen controls, finds the feet of Zoli, then gets it back. Fossmoen opening things up here, gets by one, but out of control. And Colette Askins will move this ball to the far sideline. Sydney Anderson pushing up to take the throw in.
Smart play by Askins. She felt the Adrian rush, got the ball, and just slowed it down.
This is settled backwards for Askins as a Briton is bowled over, and it will be a free kick.
I think we'll see our first card of the night, too.
Who is the yellow card given to? Did you get a visual on it?
You know, I don't want to throw out a name. I don't know for sure what.
You did
Bulldog
see the yellow
player
card
was.
flash.
I saw the referee pull out a card.
Wasn't a playing
displayed
card.
prominently. No, it did not have a queen or a king on the face of it.
So a yellow card is shown. We'll have to wait to see who the perpetrator was. Josie Huber controlling as we'll try to take a look at the live stats for this game and then get back to you on that topic.
Yeah, and you might prove me wrong. That's just what I saw.
That's your story. You're sticking to it. Meanwhile, Albion moving up the field, and they play it out of bounds inexplicably.
Yeah, just didn't have enough bodies in the box. 3 Britons, 5 Bulldogs around the ball.
So your detective work served you well. Kelsey Zoli is credited with the yellow card there on the foul.
You know, I wanted to say Zoli, but I didn't because I didn't want to be wrong. But that's kind of like saying, oh, I knew those lottery numbers, I just didn't play them.
This one is swept aside by Mia Crawford. Dake trying to get away from the press.
Good ball.
Plays it down the line. Mo Grabby giving chase here. Can she get there? Oh, my. Taken down. Dake will win it back. Plays it into the middle. What a tackle by Caitlin Dake. Zoli crossing one in for Fossmoen. She's got to be the target, the leading scorer with 13 goals this year, as we mentioned earlier. In order to try and tie this game up, Fossmoen will probably be the one to look for.
Zoli and Dake, nice little 1-2 combo down in front of us. A very good offensive possession for the Dogs.
Anderson clears it out. How about that slide tackle? Yes. Monstrous collision.
They've been letting these ladies play.
Not Kelsey Zoli, though. She got a yellow card.
Well, yeah.
She's exempt.
A little too aggressive.
Bergeron will play it out, and Britain throw in coming from Campbell. This is settled. Rose trying to look across. She falls over, and the ball falls out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it just took a tumble at a bad spot. Albion's got the ball to that corner a couple times, and that's where they scored their second goal, was getting the ball into that area. Bulldogs have countered that nicely after the goal.
Revels. Up for Huber. Returning it the other direction is Fisher, picking out her teammate Beeman. Dake lost it. It's played back on by Fisher. Knocked aside by Pylon, and Mograbi able to scrape it away. Zoli just can't keep it inside that yellow line.
Yeah, tough touch for Zoli. Mograbi, good work along this near side.
Fisher able to advance up the sideline. Fisher gets the ball back in play. Pylon pressured. Tried to play it between the legs of Rose. Instead, she'll play it out. 27 minutes to go in this one. Visiting Britons, the slight underdog here at the 5 seed. Up on top of the home team, the number 4 seed, Adrian Bulldogs. Zoli engaged here. Scrappy encounter. The foul called against Albion. Just a little hook and hold there, basketball style, in the encounter between Zoli and I believe it might have been Quinn Natchke.
I'd say on both sides, Adrian and Albion, a very solidly officiated game.
Break here. Zoli looking to cut in. She's collapsed upon. Maradona spin. And this is sent out. Huber, the follow-up. Looking backwards for Anderson. Sends one in. Homan couldn't handle it. This is cleared out by the Britons. And another Adrian throw. Would have liked to see Zoli try and cross that ball across the box. Hung onto it, you feel, for just a little bit too long there.
Yeah, and she's been just so close in the second half. Albion knows they're marking her very tightly. This presents challenges for the Britain defense, and you'd like another chance on goal there with Zoli.
Earl replacing Mograbi. Askins will airmail this one all the way nearly out of the fence into the car park.
That had a chance.
Could have damaged one of the Adrian College-owned vehicles. And be sent on a special mission from the Albion Athletic Department there to try and hamper their recruiting. Homan tripped up.
I think we had a hand touch.
Regardless, Josie Huber, free kick opportunity.
It's a great chance for Adrian to tie this game.
I think the key here, it's really easy to overpower this ball over the net. Drop it in there so that at least there's a chance for people to get on the end of it. 4-person wall assembles for the Britons.
Defense way up high.
Here's Huber. Strikes it. Would be worth 3 points if it were the other variation of football.
That would be just a miss hit. Again, you don't need to take the perfect shot. You just need to take the shot that gives your team a chance. You hate to see that one go by if you're Coach Nate Kronwetter.
Romy Natchke to send it away. Homan, who's been tenacious so far tonight. Pylon will collide there with Beeman. And now releases for Fisher, closed down by Elise Freeze.
And that's all Freeze could do. Just kick that ball out of play.
Back up the line.
Should
Fisher will let that
ball,
one
I think.
roll out.
Oh, I thought it hit.
I thought so, too.
7 Fisher on the way out.
Grace Halstead replaces Mia Crawford, who had the Britons' goal in the first half. Second half goal, we think, came from Zoe Moretti. They actually credit it to Ella Jeske. Jeske with the goal in this second half. Crawford had the assist. 23-25 to go here from Docking Stadium as the home team trails here. This is the MIAA quarterfinal playoff women's soccer in the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. And you said it, Zoli playing a nice feed over the top to Anna Marie Foss-Moen. She's trying to loop one in and draws a throw.
Zoli's played a great game for Adrian. Been all around the ball.
This is knocked out by Kasnick. Zoli Controlling, turning, firing, and nailing that one a country mile away from the goal.
And if you're Albion, defensively, you'll take that shot, low percentage shot. Bulldogs being forced to the outside. Still chasing this game by a goal.
Flicked wide here. Beeman swept back into the middle for Kaznick. Avery Kaznick able to force the ball up the field. Cut back, Bergeron will clear.
And in the first 8 minutes of this half that really leaned Albion, the next handful has really gone the Bulldogs' way.
Settled by Abby Rose. Contained by Sydney Anderson.
Good block.
Anderson clearing this one away for an Albion throw-in.
It's a good job by Anderson. We've been saying it really all night. Solid defense in the corner, forcing the ball out for a throw-in from distance.
Thrown back in by Albion. Anderson swinging a miss, strike one. Freeze. Just able to fly that one way out of play. Albion continuing to press.
If you're Adrian, still plenty of time.
Back into the box. This one's flicked onwards. Will we get a foul call? Referee says no. Goal kick.
Swallowed the whistle. That is hard not to call a foul there. When you see a player hit the deck in that area, tendency is to call a foul. If you're an Albion fan, you're looking for the whistle, and they don't get it.
And the other side of things have to pretty much be absolutely certain, because if you call a foul in that area, it means almost a certain goal. Zoli back on. Foss Moen speeding up. Has Zoli back. Settling this play down. Tries one on the left foot. No trouble as it soars wide, and Britons will make a change, bringing on Olivia Buckwitz for Belle Beeman.
Shots about even in this game. Seeing 8-7 Bulldogs. Handful have been on goal.
Adrian's had the more chances in this game. 5-2 in terms of shots on goal. Fouls significantly slanted towards Albion. 15. Adrian only has 6. Maybe another chance for Foss Moen. Sends one into the middle, where someone probably should be, but no one is. Anderson played up in the air. Adrian possession here, bringing up another throw-in. Sent in. Zoli. Back for Huber from distance. Tried her luck. Came up a couple of numbers short.
Yeah, they're trying that deep shot. I know they're open and the opportunity's there, but again, not a very high percentage look. If you're Albion, again, you'll take it, and it would take a perfect shot to score from that area.
Certainly. Dake trying to forage for the ball. Pylon will get there. Strong play. Earl stabbing at it, and then it's played out finally by Erica Fisher. Bulldogs have it.
Still, your panic meter is very low. Just play your offense. Try to get a grade A chance.
Zoli has Homan and Foss Moen with her. Looking over the top. Boy, that didn't miss by much. Just over the crossbar from Kelsey Zoli. Thought she was going to chip Romy Natchke here. Take a look at this one again.
Just a little through ball. Zoli finding space, patience, and that just grazes the top of the crossbar.
Would have seen that one on SportsCenter tomorrow morning if it had gone in.
That was a nice shot by Zoli. She's really been the Bulldogs' offensive pressure in the second half. Bulldogs playing a lot of time in the offensive zone. Looking for the equalizer.
Locke able to move it to the far side for Campbell. Close. So close, but so far for Zoli. Inches away from making this a tie match. Sent wide. Foss-Moen poked on for Zoli again. Has some options with her. Hesitating here and options closing. Huber. Crowd rocking the stands here at Docking Stadium. This is headed away. Settled by Campbell again.
The Britons not allowing time and space in the middle of their defense.
That they are not. Anderson able to close it down and gets the throw in here. Great work by number 7.
She's had a standout game, no question about it.
Feels like every time we watch this team play, it's Zoli, Foss-Moen, and Anderson who always come up huge. Could have been a handball argument there. This is sent up in the air and then back along by Grace Halstead. Bulldog throw here. 16 and a half left. Bulldogs need a goal here to stay alive in the MIAA tournament. Down 2-1 in this quarterfinal matchup. Ball still in play, sent to the middle by Homan. Dake kicks it over her own head. Zoli can't corral it. This is steered wide by Quinn Natchke. Albion playing it through the midfield. This is dropped off for Kaznick. Huber, strong tackle. The effort's there from Adrian. This is sent away by Quinn Natchke again. It's going to set up an Albion throw.
No question, playing like a 4-5 matchup in the MIAA.
That's for certain.
Winner doesn't get easier. They take on Hope in the next round.
Yeah, definitely not. It's the playoffs. It's not going to be easy.
No one ever said it was.
That's true.
And if they did, they're wrong.
Albion trying to extend their lead here. Up 1 late in the contest. We are 5/6 of the way through this game. This is thundering kick from Zoli. Nearly caught one of our ACTV colleagues, Forrest Vernier. He's got his head on a swivel. And this is sent back onto the field where it belongs.
Yeah, no souvenirs from games like this.
Nope, those balls are expensive. I think baseball probably the only sport where you get to keep the ball when it's kicked into the crowd. Erica Fisher sent forwards, pylon, laying it all on the line to get it clear. Halstead trying to switch the field, nobody home. Looking at the all-time series between these two clubs, 35, 17, and 7, the advantage for Albion. They've got 35 wins all time. Bulldogs have lost 17 times against them, and they've drawn 7 times, including this regular season when they faced off. Here's a chance for Albion. Rebels will hold on after that shot, a heat-seeking missile from Olivia Buckwitz.
She hasn't had a lot of opportunities in the second half, but she had one there to make a save and did a good job.
Foss-Moen tried to keep it in. Instead, she'll throw it into Zoli. Got Dake with her. Dake has it. Cut into the middle. Looking to move it back the other direction. That was closed off by Fisher. Headed away by Halstead. Moved on by Campbell. It's really brought a lunch pail workman-like mentality into this game. Has never stopped her work rate in this match. Been pretty consistent throughout this game of working really hard. Both number 5's going to come off, Abby Rose, Alana Earl. And I think that means Melanie Perney, and the other player coming in is number 20, Jaski, who had a goal earlier on in the half. Thrown in by Pylon. Zoli turning forwards. Perney will chase after it, and that's a great defensive play made by Fisher to just shield it out of play. Goal kick.
Yeah, you said it. Adrian was hoping to get a touch out of the Britain defense to get maybe a corner kick instead. Bulldogs defending here.
Played ahead. Lock. Unable to unlock this Bulldog defense. Foss-Moen racing after it as she collides with McNabb. It's played back along. Found here by Algren.
We're getting toward the stage of the game where Albion will take an Adrian throw-in as it, takes more time off the clock, less time to defend.
Zoli sent up in the air. What's the call? Albion's going to get the ball back. Don't know what for.
May have grazed off a hand or an offsides.
It's a possibility. I don't think I saw the arm up from the assistant. Holman trying to battle back for it. Approaching desperation time here. And Kelsey Zoli has it. The shot! Oh, it rang the crossbar again. A symphony of posts resounding here in this second half for the Bulldogs on this strike from Kelsey Zoli.
And a collection of hands on the tops of heads of Bulldog fans as Zoli let this fly almost the exact same spot she hit before.
Goodness. She sent one just over the crossbar. Anderson hit the crossbar in this half, and then Zoli does again. What will it take for the Bulldogs to equalize? Something special, no doubt.
Yeah, it must be. And if you're going to pick a player, Zoli's due for one.
She really is. The question is, can she cash in the next 10 and a half minutes? Britons, meanwhile, trying to bulldoze their way to another goal. Cutting into the middle. Ryan Locke. Perney's back for it. She'll get it to the sideline safely.
About 10 minutes ago I said, just run your offense, get your sets, no pressure. Pressure's on now. Bulldogs know they need a goal.
Colette Askins, after a brief break, will sub in for Brooke McNabb.
You're going to see Bulldogs, move their defenders up into the attacking side. Aggressive on every ball from here on out.
Halstead sliding in dangerously on Homan. Didn't get the ball, but caught Homan a bit late there, as Buckwitz will play this one along. Anderson there first, and able to just get it out for an Albion throw as we've got less than 10 to go.
Albion will take their time to throw these in the rest of the way. Time is on their side.
Played forwards by Kasnick in the 18-yard box. This is played out by Freeze. Halstead has it. Zoli spinning it out. Another Britain throw coming up. Clock ticking down here on Adrian's MIAA championship hopes. Trailing by 1. It is Ella Jeske as well as Mia Crawford with goals for the Britons, which gives them a lift. Bulldogs got the first goal of this game. That feels like an eternity ago. It was Leah Homan. This has been a great game. At its climax right now. Huber grabs it. Distributes for Perney. Oh, that pass is just behind Zoli. Bulldog chance is extinguished. Algren. Freeze aside. Anderson, can she get there? She does. Nice hustle from Sydney Anderson. She'll look down the line for Dake. Offside flag up.
Gosh, that was by half a step, half a stride. The grad senior, Caitlin Dake, couldn't get the feed into the corner. Onside. And that clock just keeps on ticking and ticking into the future.
Winner of this game will take on Hope, presumably next weekend. Right now it'd be Albion punching their ticket to Holland. Buckwitz able to get it through. Things opening up here for Campbell. Cross in. Pylon handled awkwardly. Gabby Revels is there to snuff out the bid coming from Elajeski, who's got the only goal of the second half. That was a close call there, Ian.
Yeah, it was. Bulldog keeper. Revels doing what she does best.
Blocked aside. Zoli cutting it to the middle. Kelsey Zoli trying to get away from Fisher. Still Zoli staying with it, but Erica Fisher comes out on top. Finds Jeski. Ella Jeski can't get there in time. A sub apiece for both squads, as they've got Mia Crawford coming in for Ryan Locke. And then Leah Holman, the lone goal scorer for the Bulldogs, is heading off, being replaced by Bree Akins. Jeski to head it back along. Turning into the middle is Buckwitz. Olivia Buckwitz for Avery Campbell. Anderson backtracking to stifle the chance.
Yeah, smart play by Anderson. Chance for the Britons, and now they can walk to the ball, take their time to throw this one in.
This is played back high in the air. Able to field it as Pylon. Brought down by Halstead. Jeski turned it over to Kelsey Zoli. Up the line, Dake. Despite her best efforts, the ball goes out. Fisher with it. High throw in. Will skip to Pylon. All the way down. Algren sent it right off Dake. It's called for the foul, as I think she went to protect herself with her arm, ricocheted off of her. And if she has her arms in, I don't think that's a foul call, but she had them extended out beyond her body, so that's probably the right decision.
Yeah, Bulldog fans here did not like the call, as they thought they had an opportunity.
I don't think they like any call against them, though, Ian.
Well, of course
They're a little
you
bit
don't.
biased.
You don't say. Did the black and gold paraphernalia give it away?
Bulldogs in the gold, Britons in the purple. Zoli. Cuts it back. Freeze. Oh, man. Turnover. And here's Mia Crawford, who has a goal in this game. That's dangerous, and that's going to be a yellow card, I reckon. Victoria Pylon shown the booking.
Yeah, Freeze on the play prior was trying to get it back to Kelsey Zoli. Albion knew that and just intercepted that pass. That's a good call on the card.
That's just dangerous. Can't be sliding in recklessly like that, and something you got to control.
Now this
Clock stops with 4:14 to go.
I was just going to say the important thing for Adrian is that does stop the clock momentarily.
Tying things up at 2-2. The fans here want it that way. Anderson will watch it roll out.
Going to see things sped up here in the last 4 minutes.
Bergeron cleared away. 4 minutes to get a goal. They've had so many chances, but only one finish. It came early. Zoli along. Trying to give Fisher some trouble. She's going to have to turn the corner. Britain defender accidentally kept it in, and then a foul against Zoli, who bumped over the Briton.
Gosh, that's tough, and that's good positioning by Albion. Adrian fans don't like that, but that's the right call. And I'm going to give more credit to these officials. They've done a great job in this game today.
They really have. Like it when you allow a little bit of physicality to slide, but when it's got dangerous or out of hand, they've cracked down. Leah Holman scored in the 8th minute. Mia Crawford scored from the penalty spot in the 11th minute. And then Ella Jeske scored in the 47th minute in this second half. Last 2 goals coming for the Britons, of course. Bulldogs, despite outshooting Albion 14-8 and getting 5 shots on goal to their 3, they still trail. Maybe a chance. Skips through. Foss-Moen, is she onside? Referee says yes. That was a close one. Dropped all the way back for Anderson here in the final 3 minutes. Quick cut to leave one defender in the dust. Out wide, Foss-Moen into the middle, and this will be cleared away easily by Kasnick. And maybe the break is on for Ella Jeske. Defended by Pylon. Jeske able to burn her with speed. Bergeron moving over. Should be an Albion throw here with 2:25 on the clock. It will be an Adrian throw, rather. We have 2:15 left on the clock as the Bulldogs have it in their own end.
They earn a goal kick.
This is desperation time. Throw numbers forward. Do whatever you have to do. Lay it all on the line. This is your season right here in these final 2 minutes. Cleared away by the Britons. Freeze is there. Played over. Zoli is offside, clearly. And the flag goes up. Fans don't like it, but that was pretty obvious.
That's the second Bulldog offside here late second half, and that's a killer. That clock is just ever so ticking, closer to 0.
Clock continues to run here with 1:25 left. Hustle for it. Bergeron trying to get it away. Campbell's going to try to possess this for as long as she can. Maybe draw a foul, too. Bulldogs have to make sure they don't foul. Adrian throw-in. Final minute.
Yeah, everyone
blocked by the Britons.
1 minute to play and a half. 1 minute.
Campbell has it on the far sideline. Albion trying to close this one out and advance to the MIAA semifinal.
It's a smart kick out just to kill more time.
45 seconds. Zoli controls. It's down the line. Akins is there. Tried to cut it back. Britons trying to get it to the sideline. And they're just able to keep it out for the throw. Nice hustle by the defender.
Absolutely. That's the play of the game right now.
Zoli into the middle. Perney. 20 seconds. Albion has it. Anderson trying to get it back in. They release. Jeske will take this one down the field. Just 10 seconds now. Jeske's going to take it up the field. This is cleared away by Elise Freeze, but not enough time left on the clock, and the Albion Britons get the afternoon sweep here at Docking Stadium. And for their women's soccer program, they're going to the MIAA semifinal where they'll take on Hope College. A resilient win here. Despite being outchanced, they make the most of their opportunities, Ian, and get the victory by a goal.
Well, there was 2 early goals in each half by Albion, and then solid defense the rest of the way. The Bulldogs had their chances in the second half, hit the crossbar nearly a full handful of times. This was just a great soccer game, and we said it a few times during the broadcast. This really looked like number 4 versus number 5, and, you know, they played up to that billing. A couple very good teams here tonight, and best of luck to Albion moving forward, but a very good season for the Bulldogs, and it comes to a close probably a game or 2 earlier than they were anticipating.
Yeah, certainly a little bit stunned, I think, a lot of people with the result of this game, the way that the chances went. Pretty even, but if you're the Bulldogs, I think they were inches away, had 3 different shots that were super close to the goal and could have been a much different game, but you credit the Britons for closing this one out and getting the win.
They did. A solid defensive team. They learned how to win on the fly. You know, just 2 wins in conference this year, 6 ties. Bulldogs had 4 wins in the conference this season, And Albion just had that one more grade A chance. Bulldogs had opportunities, like you said. Just a couple off the post, off the crossbar. Just couldn't find the back of the net that second time. One goal not enough tonight, and the Adrian fans will salute their players on a game well played.
Yeah. Bulldogs put up a good battle, but end up falling here at the end of what's been really a great season here at Adrian College. A winning record, Nathan Kronwetter's first season as head coach. They will finish the year with an 8-5-3 record in the regular season. In the conference, they are able to post a winning record as well, 4-3-1, and then fall in the first round of the playoffs against Albion. For a few players on this team, it's their last games with the program. Caitlin Dake, a grad student, as well as Josie Huber and Elise Fries, all players that have just contributed in big ways to this program. We want to thank them for all they've done, and it's been a pleasure watching them over these last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's been, and in my off-game interviews with some players, I had a chance to actually talk to Caitlin Dake, and she was very honest with me. She said, look, I had a time in my collegiate career where I fell out of love with soccer. And she found her love with soccer again at Adrian College, and that's part of the Division III story, is sometimes giving athletes a second chance that are very quality players. And look, I mean, you see the emotion from her and others. This team fought hard. They learned together and grew together with a coach in his first year with this program, trying to keep it, where it's at and grow it from here. This is a great stepping stone, but a heartbreaker for sure to drop this game at home. 2-1, about as close as it could be. And, sometimes things don't go your way. And this is going to be a tough locker room for the Bulldogs. They'll get through it. You learn from wins and losses. This is, again, a difficult one to take. And, best of luck to the Britons against Hope as they move on. And the other side, it'll be the 6th seed Trine taking on Calvin.
Certainly. Well, that'll close things out here for today and for the women's soccer season for the Bulldogs. Proud of them for all the hard work they put in all year. Best of luck to Albion, as you said, Ian. And a pair of goals from Ella Jeske and Mia Crawford lift Albion over Adrian here tonight. That'll do it. The final score 2-1 as the Britons take it. On behalf of our entire crew, Megan Abbey, Rihanna Torp, Keegan Wade, as well as my partner Ian Went, I'm Calvin Keys saying so long from Docking Stadium.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like